in the goddamn chat if you're live on Off the Script. I think a lot of people like to feel like idiots, man. There's a bunch of goddamn idiots on social media. This is why I have to do what I have to do. I have to bring the greater good to the IWC. That was one of the worst, one of the most illogical endings to a championship match I could possibly ever remember in WWE. It's unbelievable how simple-minded people are. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. It's egregious. It's not really a good way to cap off what I thought was a decent pay-per-view, being that we only had 6 days of build. Roman Reigns is the new Universal Champion, and I don't think anybody is surprised. But man, what a shit way to start his Universal Championship reign off. What a shit way to start his heel run off, man. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton also. Tonight on Payback, Sasha, Bayley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler for the women's tag team titles. Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley for the United States title. And I own the title for the #1 podcast tonight. For your Payback coverage, this is Off the Script. Hit my intro music and let's get this podcast on the road.
Delete this mod.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here tonight via Payback Sunday. It is August 30th, 2020, and this is Off the Script. I am JD from New York. Man, oh man. You know, it's amazing to me, man. I want to believe in humanity. I want to believe in people. I want to believe in people not being as stupid as I think that they are. I mean, I don't know why you people like to be insulted. I don't understand why you people like to have your intelligence insulted by WWE every single week. Yet I'm the bad guy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, before I get into my criticisms, before I get into my rants about what we've seen in that main event, I want to lay the foundation for you guys right here. There was a lot of good on this pay-per-view tonight. I didn't really give a shit about it going in. I didn't give a shit about the build that we seen on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, being that both Raw and SmackDown this week were completely garbage. Just an illogical mess on both sides. What we got tonight was a decent pay-per-view. Really good stuff came out of this pay-per-view. Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley, very good match for the United States title. Big E versus Sheamus, very good big man match in the middle of the card. We got Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax winning the tag team titles. Absolutely loved the ending of that tag team title match. that made Shayna Baszler look fucking great, winning those tag team championships. And that might have been Nia Jax's best effort ever. Now, I'm no Nia Jax fan, but I guess this is the right role for her in a tag team. I guess Nia is okay in small doses. Absolutely loved the ending. Loved how they made Shayna Baszler look. And I love the story of her supposedly tapping both Bayley and Sasha out at the same time. We'll go over that and why they did it that way. And why it was Bayley tapping out and not Sasha. Really, really great stuff. That tag team match between the Mysterios, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Damn good tag team match. Really good shit there. WWE got one right with Keith Lee. He won his pay-per-view debut on the main roster. He beat Randy Orton in about 7 minutes. It took him about fucking 20 minutes to lose to Karrion Kross. No, but he beats Randy Orton in 7 minutes. Still has terrible theme music. But at least they changed his fucking ring attire. But we'll go over that as well. And why Randy Orton losing really isn't that big of a deal. And then we come to the main event. With Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and an absentee competitor that wants to show face at the 11th hour. Roman Reigns wants to wait till 95% of the match is over and then show up. Now, my criticism with this is not Roman Reigns winning the Universal Championship, because I think we all were going into this thing expecting him to win the Universal Championship anyway. I have no problem with that. I have asked for Roman Reigns to be a heel for 5 fucking years. When everybody shit on me, I was the only one trying to steer people in the right creative direction. I got blasted for it. I got labeled as something that I'm not, all because I wanted Roman Reigns to be booked creatively better. And now that we're getting that, now it makes me look like even more of a genius than I was 5 years ago. So please spare me, oh, JD hates Roman Reigns. No, I don't. I hate the way he's booked creatively. I asked for this, I got it, and I said very simply, WWE needs to do a couple of things. Number one, align him with Paul Heyman. Done. Check that box off. That makes him a heel. That makes him more of a heel than anything else that you could do for Roman Reigns. He's got the attitude, check. Checks off another box. I asked for him to change his ring attire. Still looks like he's coming out dressed as the Shield. He only has a t-shirt, but it's still the same Roman Reigns that we've seen before he actually went away. T-shirt, all black. He looks like half of a member of the Shield with the attire he's wearing. Not a good look. Not a good look. I'm getting that same old Roman Reigns vibe just by his ring attire. Instead of wearing something with the big dog on it, now he's got wreck everyone and leave. No difference. Comes out to the same fucking theme music. Why? Because it's familiar? Familiarity is not good. Familiarity is not your friend here. This is a new Roman Reigns. This is the new era of Roman Reigns. The old era of Roman Reigns still carries around the Shield music. I don't want to hear anything of the old Roman Reigns. So, as far as what I see, WWE is not evolving Roman Reigns. He's only heel in a way that he's with Paul Heyman. They need to do better. Then the other thing that we've seen tonight, and this is where I'm going to fucking bury everybody, because you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Feel like I'm the only one with logic in this fucking community. Me and Jesse, actually, and Salrex fucking watching this shit. Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman start this Universal Championship match without Roman Reigns. Bray Wyatt comes down the aisle. Bray Wyatt walks down the aisle, gets into the ring. Braun Strowman's already waiting for him The referee rings the bell. The referee rings the bell. The match has started. Roman Reigns has yet to sign, from what we are being told on commentary, Roman Reigns has yet to sign a contract for this match. The bell already rung. So right then and there, Roman Reigns is automatically disqualified from participating in this match per the rules and per logic. Done. You cannot enter the match unless you have a Money in the Bank contract. Simple. I don't even need to go on and explain myself any further, but I will because I love making people look like a bunch of fucking idiots. So the match starts without Roman Reigns, automatically disqualified per the rules and per logic. Then we get Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman breaking the ring a la Big Show and Brock Lesnar, or Big Show and Mark Henry. Whatever the case may be, it's a tired, done, unimpressive spot that WWE seemingly had to do here because Braun Strowman is the king of gimmicks. He's the king of actually not wrestling. So if you and your stupidity is blinded by what you see in there, oh my God, the ring exploded, it's Braun Strowman. Because he did nothing in that match to make you look at that match and say, man, this is a great Universal Championship. So the ring implodes. And then Roman Reigns comes down the aisle, signs the fucking contract that Paul Heyman had in his hand. 90% through this match, he waited until the last 3 minutes to sign this contract. On what fucking planet? On what planet do you sign a performer match championship contract 90% way through the match and then are granted a championship match? If you didn't sign the contract before the match started, then you are not eligible to be in the championship match. Now, what if Bray Wyatt won with the first Sister Abigail he delivered on Braun Strowman? Wouldn't that make Roman Reigns a fucking idiot? I think so. That's what I'm thinking when I'm watching this shit. Bray Wyatt gets Sister Abigail on Braun Strowman. What would have happened if Bray Wyatt beat Braun Strowman with that one Sister Abigail? I don't understand it. On what planet is it okay to sign a contract 90% through a championship match and then deem yourself ready for a championship match? And no, geeks, this does not play into being a heel. It plays into WWE being fucking stupid and insulting your intelligence. I don't understand you people. That made Roman look stupid. That made Paul Heyman look stupid. That made WWE management look stupid. Who the fuck signed off on that? Who okayed this? Who okayed it? You mean to tell me that the contract wasn't signed and management let him in to this match and allowed him to sign the contract there on stage while these two guys beat the living shit out of each other and then signs the contract, enters the match, wins the championship? On what planet is this logical to you? It made everyone involved look stupid. It made management look stupid. Like I said, it made Reigns look stupid. It made Paul Heyman look stupid. It made Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman look stupid. And by the way, Bray Wyatt is buried. He didn't take the pinfall like we all assumed anyway. But man, oh man, is this guy fucking dead? Give me a break. Bray Wyatt, man, I'm thinking back to SummerSlam last year. I'm watching this guy's entrance tonight. I'm thinking back to SummerSlam and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, Jesus Christ, we were all engulfed in this guy's entrance. What a great character. Everybody was like, oh my God, that's the best part of SummerSlam last year. This guy comes out, I feel absolutely nothing in my soul. I feel nothing. This guy is absolutely dead and buried. Close up shop. Cancel the funhouse. This guy is fucking dead. This guy will be known as a failure. This guy will be known as a transitional champion. Done. Everybody was made to look like a fucking idiot, including every one of you who's got suckered into this shit and enjoy this. Oh, well, it plays into him being a heel. It plays into the Roman Reigns heel character. Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Do you really need to go out there and just overstress yourself and overwhelm yourself and overbook this fucking garbage to get the point across that Roman Reigns is heel? The guy ended SmackDown on Friday with fucking Paul Heyman by his side, sitting on the same couch. What more else do you need to tell me that someone else is a fucking heel? I don't understand this shit. I don't get it. So Roman Reigns wielded tonight a Money in the Bank contract without actually winning Money in the Bank. Is that what you're telling me? Now, if Otis did this fucking stunt tonight, then I won't be complaining. But Roman Reigns? Dude should have been fucking null and void. Null and void when that bell rung. Absolutely ridiculous. And then I got people saying, well, you're the only idiot that didn't like it. Motherfucker, I'm not the only idiot that didn't like it. I can't wait for fucking Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer to shit on this shit like I'm doing here. Oh, plays into his heel character. Give me a fucking break. You got the best man that you could possibly ever ask for as a mouthpiece, and you mean to tell me that this played into his heel character? Jesus Christ, man, you people are as dumb as I fucking know you are. Holy shit, man. You people have to smarten up. I swear to Christ. I'm not even talking to my audience. My audience knows me better than I know myself. They know what's coming out of my mouth before I even say it. It's all the fucking people that are here for the first time. Oh, this guy's angry. This guy's nothing but a WWE fucking hater. He's an AEW shill. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm a man of logic. I want to watch a show and feel like I'm entertained. Or I want to watch a show and feel like, hey man, this is a good creative decision. I don't want to watch a show and feel like, man, these fucking people think I'm an idiot. Why do I gotta question how smart I am when I know I can write a better show than half these fucking people? Unbelievable. Unreal. Done. I got everything off my chest. Facts. If you agree with me in this chat right now, leave me a fucking prayer emoji. Leave me a prayer emoji if you agree with every fucking word that came out of my mouth and I did not stutter. That is it. And we're number one. Hoot Media, are we number one? Let me know if we're number one Hoot Media in the chat. Oh my goodness, man. Jesus Christ. That may have been one of the best rants all year. Look at how many prayer emojis. Look at how many prayer emojis, man. You guys get it. You guys get it. And let me tell you something, man. I did an off the script on Saturday, a live stream. I did an off-the-script live stream for episode 341. And I absolutely praised WWE on turning Roman Reigns heel. I praised it. I loved it. I thought SmackDown was fucking horrendous. But the last 10 seconds swiped away everything that show was on Friday night. I loved it. I asked for it. I wanted it. I preached it. I prayed for it. I've been telling them every single fucking year, this man needs to turn heel. If WWE turned Roman Reigns heel 2, 3, 4 years ago, they wouldn't be in this situation with Roman Reigns. He would have been the most over babyface that they could have ever possibly imagined. I remember back in the 2015 Royal Rumble. This guy won the fucking Royal Rumble. The Rock raising his hand. And I'm like, this is going to be a failure. This guy is going to be a failure. Roman Reigns was the product of terrible booking, and he was the product of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And WWE did not do anything about it. They continued to push him week after week, month after month, year after year. And WWE tried to push this guy into being the biggest superstar that they could possibly ever have. And all they tried to do was dumb down how wrong they are. They tried to cover their failures, and they didn't do it. But they could have saved themselves all the time in the world if they just did the right thing. And now we are looking at Roman Reigns being heel. Is WWE going to do it and do it right? I don't trust these people. I don't. I don't trust WWE to do anything right. They can't even book their own fucking show on a week-to-week basis correctly. And we're going to ask them to make Roman Reigns into the biggest heel in WWE? We're going to ask them to turn Bray Wyatt into a babyface and actually book him correctly? Give me a break. WWE, I said this time and time again, I've said it all weekend long, WWE, they turned Roman Reigns heel not because they wanted to, not because they had to, but because they can. If they were still in front of live audiences, WWE wouldn't be looking at Roman Reigns in this way. WWE would have given us the same Roman Reigns that we got 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. They did it because they can. They did it because they have room for error. WWE did it because they have room for experimentation. And now, in the Thunderdome, they control everything. They literally control everything about their product. We're living in a day and age where WWE can erase you from the Thunderdome with a push of a button. We live in a day and age where WWE can pipe in cheers for the people that they want you to cheer. We live in a day and age where WWE can pipe in boos for the people that they want you to boo. They literally control everything. WWE turned Roman Reigns heel because they can. Because they can. But I know WWE, the funny thing is, Roman may be a heel, but if this was in front of a live audience, Roman would be booed out of the building for all the wrong reasons. Roman would not be booed because Roman's a great fucking heel. Now I'm going to give them time. I'm going to give them time. I want to see what the explanation is. I want to see why. They need to come out on Friday and ask the tough questions. Or Kayla or somebody needs to ask the tough questions. Why? Why are you aligned with Paul Heyman? What came to this being a pairing? Why this business decision? It's got to be asked. And the question has to be answered. WWE doesn't give us a sufficient answer, then I know that this show, if in front of a live audience, would be booing Roman Reigns for all the wrong reasons. They'd be booing Roman Reigns for all the wrong reasons. They wouldn't be booing him because he's a great heel. I didn't see a great heel tonight. I've seen shit booking and the same old Roman Reigns just paired with Paul Heyman, giving you the perception of him being a heel. Don't make me hate what I waited 5 years for. Don't. Anyway, man, we got a whole fucking show to go over. And I appreciate you guys very much for being here. Who media? I asked. Where's number one? Who's number one here? Come on. I can't see you in the chat. It's going too fucking fast. Maybe I should put slow mode on. I don't know. Jesse, are we number one? Thank you guys for spending your weekend with me here after Payback. Guardian of Chaos says, Hoop Media reports number fucking one. Good shit, Guardian. Good shit, brother. Thank you guys anyway for spending your Sunday night with me. We got a lot to go over. We're going to go over the good, the bad, the ugly of this show, as we only can. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Hoop Media says, I know you're number one. There you go. Thank you, Hoop Media. You do a fantastic job. Jesse says I was number one by 800 viewers. Holy shit, man. Is that the Messiah or is that the fucking Messiah, man? Anyway, follow me on social media, man. Thank you so much for tweeting live with me, even with all the bullshit. You know, I have the option to just say, nobody comments on my tweets. I think I need to do this during these big pay-per-view weekends. Because I got so many fucking stupid idiots coming at me, man. So I got to take advantage of that now that Twitter has bestowed me this honor of just blocking everybody out and allowing nobody to comment on my shit. But again, I thank you guys for live tweeting with me on Twitter at JD from NY206 and Instagram. So thank you guys for that. If you guys missed anything that I did this weekend, go and check it. Links are down below. Off the Script 341 was live. 2.5 hours of audio content, man. Some great shit. We dive even deeper into Roman Reigns. How to book him as a heel. How to book Bray Wyatt as a babyface. So make sure you guys go and check that out. And it's a loaded show with news and rumors. We are nearing 25,000 views on that video in less than 24 hours. So thank you guys so very much for that. If you missed anything else, Monday Night Raw, AEW, NXT, it's all there down below in the description. I will be back live tomorrow for the Fallout show, Monday Night Raw. Tomorrow night we'll be live right here on YouTube. I will not be covering NXT on Tuesday. I've made an executive decision to not cover NXT on Tuesday with that Fatal 4-Way 60-minute Iron Man match because there's only 2 matches on the show. There's that. You got Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, and Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. And then you got Santos Escobar versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. And I don't really know how much of a review that's going to be if I have to break down a 60-minute Iron Man match. Maybe I'll do it on Wednesday, but I'm going to take the day off on Tuesday and do what I want to do. I'm going mini golfing, bro. Cold drinks, cold beverages, and mini golf. That's my Tuesday. So you guys may be without me on Tuesday during NXT. If you guys want to support the podcast, there's several ways to do that. Number one, Patreon, patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys want to go and get your masks, there are off-the-script face coverings. Mouthmasker.com/OTS. Go and get your masks. If you're a fan of the show, wear it. I got the black one. We got new black masks in stock. Fantastic, man. They are absolutely incredible. And if you guys want to go and buy your t-shirt, you guys can certainly do that as well. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home for JD is NEGAN, the IWC Savior, and that is exactly what I am every single week. I am the Savior in the IWC. Go and get it exclusively on Bonfire.com. Also, guys, you guys can go and do what you need to do as far as subscribing. That's the best way to support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. That is easily the best way to go about it. And today's show is sponsored by the one and the only Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for your free sample. If you guys don't know what Blue Chew is, listen, after that main event, everybody's going to need a fucking Blue Chew because everybody was just disappointed. Seriously, they were embarrassed, and it was embarrassingly bad tonight with that main event. So make sure you guys go and check them out, BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout. All right, we got the pre-show. I barely watched it because the IIconics were present on my TV, and I did not really give a shit. Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan defeated the IIconics in the pre-show. What a way to get people interested in Payback. That's the pre-show match that everybody was watching, and the pre-show match that WWE offered. Hey, please watch our pay-per-view that we built in 6 days. We got the IIconics, who are 2 of the worst wrestlers of all time, against Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott, who are 2 losers. Even though I love them both, they're losers. And then there was a situation in the match where the IIconics, they played a little joke or a prank on Liv Morgan. They pretended like Ruby Riott hit Liv Morgan on the apron and blasted her off the apron, and they were trying to convince Liv Morgan that Ruby Riott hit her and not the IIconics. You got the IIconics, who are known to be liars and cheaters, and Liv Morgan is contemplating that Ruby Riott did it. Come on. Now, eventually she snapped out of it, and she obviously came back and helped Ruby Riott win the match. But Jesus Christ, man, can we get Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan on the same page? And can we get them in a creative spot where they are actually booked decently? Maybe moved on to take the tag team championships from whoever the champions are when we get to that point? Seriously. It would have been so much better if Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan were built up as a legitimate threat to take those titles off of Sasha and Bayley instead of a mixed match tag team like Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So the Riott Squad win. Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan get a victory on the pre-show. If you missed it, you didn't miss anything. It was a Monday Night Raw match that was put on the pre-show to get you excited about a pay-per-view that was built in 6 days. The actual pay-per-view started off with Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. This is the match that actually should have been at SummerSlam, but here we are. 6 days later, Apollo Crews beat MVP at SummerSlam and retained the United States Championship. 7 days later, has to defend the United States Championship against Bobby Lashley. Why? What did Bobby Lashley do to earn a United States Championship match? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He actually lost an arm wrestling contest to Apollo Crews, and he's bestowed a United States Championship match. Nothing sells a United States Championship match greater than an arm wrestling contest, says Vince McMahon. So Shelton Benjamin and MVP sat at ringside, but they were not on commentary. Bobby Lashley started out completely overpowering Crews. Crews tried to mount a small comeback after a series of drop kicks. Crews knocked Lashley out of the ring, followed by a moonsault off the apron, taking Bobby Lashley out. They ended up back in the ring, and Lashley was in control again. He takes Crews and hangs him up on the top rope, stomach first. It looked like it sucked. Crews falls to the outside. Lashley's on the outside, now takes Crews on his shoulders and throws him headfirst into the steel post. So once again, they're both back in the ring. Lashley goes for a cover, only gets a 2 count. Lashley then with a fall-away slam, a shoulder tackle, and Crews out of nowhere with a kick to the head. It doesn't even affect Bobby Lashley. Lashley turns around and delivers a quick dominator for a very close near fall. Lashley then went for a spear. He went through the ropes, missed. He ran back in the ring. Crews hit him with a crossbody off the top, kicked him in the head, went for a cover, only got a 2 count. Crews now making a small babyface comeback, building momentum. Stinger splash in the corner. He went for his finish. He went for that big powerbomb, sit out, turn out powerbomb he's got. And he could not get Lashley. But he gets a spine buster and a standing moonsault for a near fall. So Apollo Crews looking like he is trying to work around Bobby Lashley. Could not get his finishing move. But he tried for other moves like a spine buster, standing moonsault. He's finished people off with that standing moonsault before, but not Bobby Lashley. Crews went for a bench press on Lashley. Lashley escaped. Crews rammed Lashley into the corner, chest first, followed by 2 release German suplexes and a beautiful frog splash off the top. Could have ended it, but it did not, and Lashley kicked out at a 2. Both men are back to a vertical base now. Crews with right hands on Lashley in the corner. Lashley fights out, delivers a spine buster of his own on Crews, followed by the full Nelson. And quickly, Apollo Crews taps out, and Bobby Lashley is the new United States champion. The WWE production truck. Kevin Dunn had these Polaroid-like still shots of the Hurt Business standing together. They looked like legitimate Polaroid still shots of Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley holding the United States title. The Hurt Business standing there looking tough. So they were celebrating him winning the United States title. After the match, Crews comes out of nowhere like a sore loser, Crews. And he attacked Lashley from behind as the Hurt Business was celebrating. Thank you for coming, Mr. Apollo Crews. Titus is now requesting your services tomorrow night on Raw. Make sure you bring your apron. Make sure it's clean. You need that apron more than Vince McMahon needs you. Simple. Apollo Crews, thanks for coming. Your one and only token title run in WWE. Never to see another title reign ever again. Paul Heyman's initiative on Monday Night Raw is slowly being removed. Seriously. Vince doesn't need you anymore. But Titus needs you because the apple pie is not going to bake itself. The blueberry pie is not going to bake itself. The cherry pie is not going to bake itself. The crumb cake is not going to make itself. The coconut custard pie is not going to make itself. The banana cream pie is not going to make itself. The cheesecake of all sorts, strawberry's my favorite, it's not going to make itself. The blueberry cobbler or the blueberry crumble, whichever you prefer, cobbler or crumble, I love them both. They're not going to bake itself. The oatmeal cookies aren't going to bake themselves. The chocolate chip cookies aren't going to bake themselves. The pecan pie is not going to bake itself. The lemon meringue pie is not going to bake itself. The strawberry pie is not going to bake itself. The Mississippi mud pie is not going to make itself. The blackberry pie is not going to make itself. And the peach pie is not going to make itself. Thanks for coming, Apollo Crews. Make sure that apron is ironed, steamed, and bleached white. Thank you. Jesus Christ, man. I just made myself hungry. Jesus Christ, man. I told you. We are on a roll here. Who does what I do here? Huh? Nobody. Anyway, man, moving on. Apollo loses the championship. Bobby Lashley, the funny thing about Bobby Lashley is he was challenging for the WWE title. If he didn't win this match, what else was there for Bobby Lashley to do? What else was there for Bobby Lashley to do on Monday night? Now, if WWE is smart, now I figured that Cedric Alexander would have cost Apollo Crews the championship. What happened to Cedric? Why is he not in negotiations with the Hurt Business? Where was Cedric? Cedric was fucked over by Apollo. They could have played into that fact instead of beating Apollo Crews clean, which they did tonight. But who am I? According to the geeks on social media, I still live in my mother's basement and I watch men in tights and talk on YouTube about a fake sport. But where was Cedric Alexander? He could have easily played into that fact. Are you going to turn Cedric? Tonight would have been great. The pay-per-view was called Payback. He was upset that Apollo bypassed him in a tag team match. And MVP's been talking to him for weeks. What happened? Now, if WWE is smart, they'd actually go and do Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet. Maybe this could be a good starting point for Ricochet. Or maybe Cedric. Maybe Cedric gets involved in the United States title, and then he turns on Apollo, and then he joins the Hurt Business. After he loses to the Hurt Business, he realizes that, hey, if I can't beat him, I'm going to join him. But something has to happen here. I don't know why what I just mentioned didn't happen here. Instead of beating Apollo Crews in a nefarious way, WWE opted to go and beat him clean. So he does not get a championship match. He does not go past go and collect $200. He goes right to jail. He goes to the back of the line in catering. If I see this guy get another fucking title shot for no reason, please. I have enough illogical fucking gaps on Monday Night Raw to fill me for the rest of the fucking year. I don't need another one. Big E versus Sheamus. This was a SmackDown match thrown on pay-per-view. For what, I don't know. But this was a very, very good match for both Sheamus and Big E. Listen, Sheamus has been good. Sheamus has been very good. He's underutilized. He's used more so like a tough opponent to enhance all others around him. But he's been very good, man. I love his mic work. I think Sheamus deserves better. Big E has always been good, but I keep repeating myself when it comes to the geeks on social media that want to see Big E become the WWE champion. Big E needs to change. If you continue putting him in the New Day camp and giving him the New Day shtick and having him fucking come out and gyrate and wear colorful fucking tights and do all this other fucking freaky shit, I'm not going to look at him as a WWE champion because Kofi Kingston did the same thing, and I never looked at Kofi Kingston as a true WWE champion. Your wrestling ability only takes you so far. Kofi Kingston has great wrestling ability, but the character was something that held him down from really reaching that next level with a lot of the people watching this show. He needs new music. He needs a new gimmick. He needs a new vibe to him. Have the New Day turn on him. is what I say. Everybody says that, oh, Big E can't do it without the New Day. He needs his brothers. Kick him out. Kick him out. Develop a story where he's all on his own and he doesn't have Big E, Xavier, and Kofi Kingston, as a unit. And it's just Big E by himself. A one-man army is what Big E needs to be. He doesn't need to be Big E of the New Day. He needs to be Big E. Now, it's the same thing that we said about Roman Reigns. Why we all rejected Roman Reigns. It's one thing to like a superstar, but it's another thing to like a superstar and watch him evolve. If Big E is chasing gold in WWE under the same gimmick, he's not evolving. You're just pushing somebody that is a tag team wrestler into a championship situation, and nothing there has evolved him to get to that next level. So, I want to make something of a fact or statement here before we move on. Do you guys remember on that SmackDown review where Big E was, I believe, wrestling The Miz? He was wrestling The Miz on SmackDown. And I said on Twitter that night, and I said on my podcast that night, why do I got to watch Big E sell The Miz's offense, which is fucking terrible, one of the worst in WWE history? Why do I got to watch Big E sell The Miz's offense for 12 minutes to watch him make a babyface comeback in the last 2 minutes and win the match? Big E could swallow The Miz whole. I said that's not the type of guy in which you do that to Big E. Now, if it was Sheamus, then we're talking and it's a completely different story, which is what we got tonight. So for everybody that was complaining to me about complaining about The Miz beating down Big E and having Big E sell for The Miz and take The Miz's offense for 12 minutes. Oh, he's a former WWE champion, they said. Oh, he's a former 12-time Intercontinental champion or whatever the fuck he is. I don't give a shit what he is, who he is, if he fucking channeled the fucking power of Owen Hart and everybody up in heaven all at the same time in that match with Big E. I don't give a shit if he resurrected himself as fucking Mr. Perfect. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't fucking go into that match and sell for The Miz. Sheamus is the right guy to do that with, which is what we got tonight. So don't ever question me when I make a statement like that on social media ever again. Please. Big E was overpowered by Sheamus early on until he grounded Big E with a leg vice for a couple of minutes. So the story of the match was Big E having his big tree trunks taken out of commission. That was pretty much it. So Big E tried to muscle out of it, but Sheamus caught him with an Irish curse backbreaker. Sheamus went right for the leg again with a single leg crab. Big E mounted a comeback briefly as Sheamus came off the top rope, and Big E caught him with two, not one, but two overhead suplexes. Oh, Uranagi in the corner, which is Big E's new go-to move, by the way. Uranagi in the corner by Big E for a near fall. Sheamus rolls to the apron, launches himself over the top rope with a shoulder tackle. Big E up with a belly-to-belly. Big E was trying to be funny and gyrate and do the New Day shtick, but Sheamus took advantage, caught him in an Alabama slam. Both guys traded shots back and forth. Sheamus back to his feet, takes advantage, and Sheamus applies a modified cloverleaf. Not all the way, it was like a half cloverleaf. And Big E breaks the hold by making it to the bottom rope. Sheamus up, he charges Big E, back body drops Sheamus over the top rope to the floor, followed with his big spear through the ropes, almost killing himself and Sheamus at the same time. Back in the ring, Big E looking for the big ending. Sheamus counters. Sheamus now with a heel hook. Big E gets out of it by punching Sheamus in the face. Sheamus quickly up, followed with a devastating knee strike for a very close near fall. Sheamus charged with a bro kick. He misses the bro kick. Big E quickly gets Sheamus up. Big ending, and Big E puts Sheamus away and gets the 1, 2, 3. And that was it. Big E wins the match, and he is continuing his winning ways as a singles superstar. This is Big E's first pay-per-view singles match since he's left the New Day. Well, he didn't really leave the New Day since he's on his own here. A one-man mission is Big E here. This is his first pay-per-view since that. And I'm not really sold on him. I'm not sold on Big E. I don't think Big E is anywhere near ready. He's nowhere close to being ready as a WWE superstar I'm going to look at to take a major singles championship off of a Roman Reigns or a Jeff Hardy or an AJ Styles or anybody for that matter. I don't believe in him yet. I've always said that Big E is great. I've always said collectively the New Day has been great. When they shed that fucking gyrating New Day shtick and they get down to being fucking serious, the New Day is some of the best, period. But I can't believe in Big E yet. There's no story. The story is weak. You're only rehashing Kofi Kingston from last year, so there really isn't much going on. There really isn't much going on as far as Big E. You need to do more to get him ready. He's not ready yet. Super chats will be open, folks. If you guys want a super chat, send them on in. They will be open. We will hang out at the end of the show. If you guys want to like that video down below, the one you're watching now, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We're 984 thumbs up. I would appreciate you guys get that over 1,000. Thank you so very much. We are hopefully still the number one show here in the community with 2,400 viewers. Thank you guys for spending your Sunday night with me here live on YouTube. And if you guys are listening on iTunes, I would love if you're listening, leave a 5-star rating and a comment and let me know and let everybody know why you prefer Off the Script. Matt Riddle versus Baron Corbin. Matt Riddle versus Baron Corbin. This is another SmackDown match happening on pay-per-view, but this was nothing more than a Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Super Show tonight, so I'm not surprised. So the storyline here is Baron Corbin has set a king's ransom on Matt Riddle for anyone who can take out Riddle and get him off of SmackDown. I guess Baron Corbin is jealous that Matt Riddle is such a superior wrestler when compared to Baron Corbin. Now, I'd love to know because Bruce, my buddy Bruce, has failed to fill us in on exactly what the King's Ransom is. I don't think it was ever explained. So, Bruce, can you please explain to me what the fucking King's Ransom is and why it wasn't explained? What is it? Is it a fucking $50 gift card to Starbucks? I know they got their pumpkin flavors out earlier than normal for the fall season. Maybe it's a $50 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe Matt Riddle or Baron Corbin or anybody involved in this King's Ransom doesn't like Starbucks. Maybe they prefer Dunkin'. Maybe Baron Corbin runs on Dunkin'. I don't know. You get yourself a nice pumpkin latte with that. Maybe a pumpkin donut or a pumpkin muffin. Or better yet, how about it's a 3-month fucking pass to Titus Catering. You get to be number one in line every Friday for the next 3 months. And you got to be there consecutively. If you miss a Friday, then you really can't make it up at a later date. What the fuck is it? King's Ransom. Sounds like a fucking piece of shit to me. Fucking illogical booking, man. You think WWE would make the centralized focus of this storyline a thing and explain it? What was that fucking idiot Chad Gable fighting over? Was it money? You didn't even tell me it was about money. Oh, I got kids. I got a family to feed. I got this. I got that. Yeah, I could use a little extra. Nobody was explained anything. Unreal. So, another thing I want to mention here. I hope the WWE brings back the King of the Ring. A PSN gift card. Yeah, that would be better than anything. Seriously. Go and buy yourself Cyberpunk when it comes out. Or the new Destiny, or the new Call of Duty. Go buy one of the bundles that they just released. Heard Baron Corbin's a big Call of Duty guy. Go and buy yourself the new Cold War pre-order. I'll meet you on the beta, Corbin, and then I'll fucking own you there like I own you every fucking week. There's one thing I want WWE to do. It's bring back the King of the Ring. Seriously. I think WWE needs to bring back the King of the Ring. I think that is a great centralized way to make the shows feel important because these shows have been absolutely nauseating every single week. It would give WWE an easy out. You book and build the entire Monday Night Raw and SmackDown for the next couple of weeks shows around the King of the Ring. I would hope that Baron Corbin enters at number 1 because he is the king. I would love if WWE brings back the King of the Ring and has Corbin lose in the second year of the King of the Ring so we can get him some new theme music. Maybe have him go back to being sort of the lone wolf Baron Corbin with his old theme music back. I fucking hate his royal theme music. He's got some great theme music, but WWE muddies it up. They made it awful with that fucking royal musical section they added to his theme song. Corbin was carried to the ring on his throne. No, he did not come out on a toilet. The toilet would be a resemblance of Baron Corbin's wrestling skills. So he came out, carried on his throne to the ring inside the Thunderdome. Matt Riddle made his entrance, kicked his slippers off like he usually does, and Corbin attacked him with a clothesline at the bell. Corbin stomped Riddle in the corner, threw him outside, beating him on the announce table. Corbin throws Riddle back in the ring and goes for a quick cover. Riddle tried to make a small comeback with some right hands, went for a Kimura lock. Corbin fought out. Riddle then went for a standing sleeper in the middle of the ring, and Corbin got out of that by falling on his back because Riddle was hanging right on his back with the sleeper hold. Riddle went right back to the sleeper again. Corbin powered out again. Corbin did his signature run around the ring, post clothesline for a near fall. You would think people watch video or watch a Baron Corbin match. Do you know why people aren't privy to this run around the ring post clothesline by Baron Corbin? You would think he does it every fucking match, and you know exactly when it's coming. You would think people are just up on when he does it and how to counter it. Everybody falls for it every single time. Do you want to know why nobody has countered that move when he does it? Because nobody is watching any Baron Corbin matches back to study his in-ring prowess. Because he's that terrible. Letting you guys know right now, if you ever wondered, like I would, this is the shit I think about when I'm watching these fucking shows. Why has Baron Corbin's ring around the fucking rosy clothesline around the steel post never been countered? You would think Matt Riddle would know a thing or two about countering something so simple like that. Nobody's watching Baron Corbin matches. That's the answer. So, he hit him with the clothesline, did Corbin. Went for a near fall. Corbin remained in control with a chin lock. We got Baron Corbin executing a chin lock on a Sunday night on pay-per-view, man. It's exactly how I want to spend my Sunday evening, with a fucking Baron Corbin chin lock. Watching a Corbin chin lock is awful. Side slam for another near fall. Riddle with right hands, but Corbin knocked him back down with a back elbow. Riddle evaded another signature Corbin clothesline. This time he got it. First time it failed. Second time he got it. So he evaded another signature Corbin clothesline, caught Riddle with a kick to the head, or caught Corbin with a kick to the head, rather. Corbin rolled to the outside. Riddle followed, and Corbin drove him into the ring apron. Back in the ring now, another kick. Riddle finally getting some offense in. One of the kicks looked like it got Baron Corbin stiff. I don't know if Corbin was selling Matt Riddle's kicks, but it might have been a stiff shot in there because Baron Corbin was very ginger to get up. Broton by Riddle, punt kick by Riddle. Goes for a cover, only gets a 2 count. Both guys up now, trading shots, and eventually both guys go down. Corbin charges in the corner, misses. Comebacks. Oh, he comes back with a deep 6 and a very close near fall. Corbin now mounting Riddle like an MMA fighter. Huge right hands. Riddle reverses it, gets a triangle choke on Corbin. Corbin powers out, but Riddle gets a bro to sleep. Quickly climbs up top. Delivers the floating bro. And he gets the big win over Baron Corbin as the commentary team put over this win over Baron Corbin. Michael Cole and Corey Graves called it an upset victory. An upset victory over Baron Corbin. I never knew getting a victory over Baron Corbin turned you into a legit WWE superstar, made man in WWE. I'd love for somebody to fucking explain that one to me. How is getting a win over a fucking loser in WWE such a big victory? How is it an upset victory? Here's one for you. How about Matt Riddle wins and it's an upset to nobody because Matt Riddle's a fucking badass? How about that? It's an upset victory over Baron Corbin. Anybody Matt Riddle beats should never be constituted as an upset. Matt Riddle can legitimately beat the shit out of everyone in that fucking locker room. Fuck out of here, man. After the match, Riddle, he walked to Gorilla. He walked through Gorilla to the backstage where some new interviewer was waiting for him. He was about to be interviewed in the back, but Corbin ran to the back and attacked Riddle in the middle of this promo from behind, laid Riddle out. Looked to be a fruit basket flying everywhere. Apples and oranges went flying. Riddle was actually shown laid out on a... I swear to God, I put this in my fucking notes. You want to go back and watch it? I'm not lying to you, bro. It's in the notes for fucking reason. I seen it with my own eyes. Riddle was laid out on a box of Frosted Mini-Wheats and a box of Fruit Loops. Is Titus Catering fucking serious? Honestly. Or was that... Please tell me that was shit left over from breakfast, man. I love me some Frosted Mini-Wheats. I eat them as a snack. I don't even eat them with milk. Fruit Loops, I'm not a big fan of Fruit Loops, man. Toucan Sam. He's got just as big of a nose as anybody I've ever seen. His nose is reminiscent of Kevin Dunn's teeth. Same thing. Toucan's got the nose. Kevin Dunn's got the... You know? Let's put him on a fucking box of cereal. Anyway. Upset victory, says the commentary team. I don't think so. So it looks like we're getting another match between these two because Corbin is a sore loser. Great. It's exactly what I want on Friday night. More Baron Corbin and Matt Riddle. Meanwhile, this guy should be moving on to something a little bit more important on Friday nights. Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the Women's Tag Team Championship. This was actually supposed to be... See, I know I'm not the only one that's seen it. Some people in the chat are like, yeah, I seen that too. I know, man. This match was supposed to be Shayna Baszler and Asuka. Shayna Baszler and Asuka for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, I really want to. I want to give WWE credit for changing it, but I don't know if I should. Asuka and Shayna clearly is something that they were going with because Shayna and Asuka actually beat Sasha and Bayley on TV to get a title match, and then they changed it from Shayna and Asuka to Shayna and Nia. Now, I want to think that WWE wanted to give Asuka the night off or give Asuka a reset of sorts and get her next opponent ready. I'm hoping it's Bianca Belair. Seriously, there really isn't anybody on Monday night right now that is not in a title program that is more ready than Bianca Belair. I really don't even know who else there is. Ruby Riott, she's in a tag team with Liv Morgan. Shayna would be the only one. Maybe it is Shayna. Maybe Shayna does the double duty. Maybe she does the tag team thing, and then she goes after Asuka. I don't know. Now that she's got a tag team partner in Nia Jax, she might have some insurance backing her up. I don't know. I don't really understand it, but I honestly think Bianca Belair would be more than ready to take on Asuka, and we could get a major match out of those two. And I think that's great. I want to think that WWE is giving more opportunities to other women. That's why they took Asuka out of this situation. Nia does make sense as far as giving other women an opportunity to shine because of all the hard work that Sasha Banks and Bayley did in this entire run as the golden role models. I want to think that. But I'm not really sure what WWE's logic is here between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Maybe it really is or truly is the odd couple that they were going for. You had an odd couple in Asuka, but I want to think that maybe they want to branch out and give more opportunity. That's why they added Nia Jax. So I don't know. We'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw as we will surely get Asuka's next opponent and match lined up going into Clash of Champions. Now, the story of this match was Jax and Baszler hate each other and they can't get along. Like I said, the odd couple. Jax told Baszler to follow her lead, but Baszler tagged herself into the match anyway. Which it should be the way that it happened because Jax is the much more in-ring general than Nia Jax. Baszler trapped Banks in the corner, kicked her in the head several times. She then stood on Banks' hand. Banks tagged in Bayley, But Baszler threw Banks to the floor. Banks then grabbed Jax's leg, which caused a distraction. Bayley then threw Baszler into Jax. Jax grabbed her knee after falling to the floor. The heels were in slight control. Not total control, but slight control. And Bayley attempted a pin, but Jax threw Banks into the ring to break up the count, which was nicely done. Jax then tagged Banks into the barricade, or tossed Banks, rather, into the barricade. That swinging, just back and forth thing that she does. She blasted Banks into the barricade. Jax then went on a mean streak in this match. He completely dominated until Banks came in and hit Jax with a chop block, taking her out from behind. The heels again took over. Bayley and Sasha Banks took over again, isolated Jax in their part of the ring. Jax recovered, but instead of going to make the tag to Shayna Baszler and getting the fresh woman in the match, Jax tried to take on both Banks and Bayley on her own. Jax attempted a leg drop. Bayley went back to the leg because she missed. Jax finally tagged in after she couldn't take it anymore. She ran wild at Baszler on both Sasha and Bayley, hitting running knees on both women. Baszler got Jax into the match, and they were both on the same page, and they looked like they were headed towards a victory. Jax attempted a powerbomb. Banks countered. Bayley hit a flying elbow on Jax and knocked Baszler off the apron. Banks then hit a frog splash on Jax for a near fall. She couldn't believe she didn't get the 3 count. Then both Sasha and Bayley gave Jax a double back body drop, but Baszler from behind made a blind tag that Sasha and Bayley did not see. And this is where I was super impressed. Whoever booked the ending of this match and whoever produced the ending of this match was great. The finish came when Baszler applied a Muda lock. She applied a Muda lock on Banks. At the same time, she had the Kirifuda clutch on Bayley. At the same time. So she had a Muda lock on Banks and a Kirifuda clutch on Bayley. Banks tried to help Bayley break the hold, but Baszler grabbed Banks' arm. She immobilized the arm. So now she's in the Muda lock and the Kirifuda clutch at the same time. She has Sasha's left arm, and she takes Sasha's arm and applies the arm over Bayley's throat. And she applies more pressure on Bayley's throat, and Bayley taps out. While Shayna Baszler has the submission holds applied on both women. Shayna used Sasha Banks' arm to choke out Bayley as she had a Kirifuda clutch and a Muda lock on at the same time. This ending was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Shayna, no matter how WWE had ruined her in the past, this was, I don't want to say this is redemption. I don't want to say that this is, going to erase all of that terrible booking that we seen that WWE should have never put Shayna Baszler through. I don't want to say any of that, but man, oh man, did they make her look like a fucking badass tonight. She legitimately looked like the Queen of Spades that I remember and that I fell in love with in NXT. She looked great. She was a superstar in this match. Now, Shayna just handed both Sasha and Bayley their asses. She won the match while Nia Jax was on the outside with everything that she did here. One woman took out Sasha and Bayley. Legitimately two of the best ever. And the ending, more importantly, it was Bayley that tapped out. Sasha did not tap out. Sasha couldn't tap out. Sasha was never going to tap out because Sasha had everything to lose. And Bayley, at the end of the night, was always going to have her most precious, prized possession, which would be the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was Bayley that tapped out and not Sasha. Like I said, Sasha had everything to lose here. The title that was on the line was Sasha's only title left. All she had left was that tag team title, and that was the only title on the line. It was not Bayley's SmackDown title. Bayley, after this, remains SmackDown champion. Now Sasha Banks is Banks no belts. Bayley still has that SmackDown Women's Championship. The split will happen because of Bayley not caring about Sasha's desire to win. The split will happen now because Bayley did not care about Sasha and the fact that if she lost, she's going to have no belts and not being the friend she thought Bayley was. She didn't go above and beyond to protect Sasha Banks in that instance. She was careless. She only thought about herself. She wasn't thinking about Sasha Banks because at the end of the day, it's all about that SmackDown Women's Championship. Now she has nothing because of Bayley letting her down and not fighting hard enough for her. Fucking excellent. Whoever produced the ending of that match, if I could shake your hand, I would. Excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. Are we going to get Bayley versus Sasha Banks at Night of Champions? I don't know. Certainly looks like we could be heading that way. I also heard that WWE is really keen on pushing Naomi now. WWE is setting plans in motion to push Naomi in a recent report that I seen on the internet as of yesterday. I didn't talk about it off the script because I wanted to mention it here on the show. WWE SmackDown Creative is setting plans in motion to push Naomi. Are they going to push Naomi in a situation for her to go up against Bayley? Or maybe Sasha takes the title off of Bayley and Naomi feuds with Sasha. I don't know. But at that point, I don't even think any of that matters because we're getting a draft at the end of September, early October. So the SmackDown Women's Division, the Raw Women's Division, both Raw and SmackDown, just in general, are going to look a lot different. So everything I'm saying here might be null and void at the end of the draft anyway. But I love this ending. I thought this ending was great. I love the storyline. Wherever Sasha is going to end up, it's always going to end up on SmackDown. Even if there is a draft, the long-term plan here, Sasha and Bayley, they will end up on the same brand no matter what. And if Bayley SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha ain't going anywhere. So whatever I said probably doesn't even factor into anything anyway. So I'm loving the ending here. And whether it happens at Night of Champions or happens somewhere down the road this year, going into WrestleMania, I don't know. I thought this was great. After the match, Charlie Caruso tried to interview Baszler and Jax. Jax celebrated like crazy. She really didn't do much with Charlie Caruso, but Baszler pointed out that they're not best friends, and Bayley and Banks were on the outside. Devastated. You seen Bayley pat Sasha Banks on the leg. Don't worry, sport. We'll get them back. But not really. So that's that. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. I talked about this on Monday Night Raw. Ranted all week about Keith Lee and the embarrassingly bad debut of Keith Lee on Monday Night Raw. Changed the dude's theme music. They changed this guy's ring attire. He looked like a fucking cheerleader for a high school basketball squad on Monday night. They covered him up in a fucking sweatshirt, a tight athletic sports shirt in the ring. Because, you know, Vince McMahon doesn't want Keith Lee and the big boy to show all of his rolls, you know? Because that's Vince McMahon. This is a guy that went on and on and on and on, having Randy Orton and everybody else on the main roster make fun of Kevin Owens' weight. You're going to have Keith Lee show up on the main roster and just beat Keith Lee in NXT? I don't think so. Randy Orton is a funny story here, man. I was wondering why they booked this match, and I've been one to say, I love Drew McIntyre's work. I think he's done phenomenal. I don't think he deserves to lose that WWE Championship yet. I even went on record to say Drew McIntyre should hold the WWE title going into WrestleMania next year. That's how great of a champion I think he would end up being, and he's lived up to that expectation. He's great. But Randy Orton, going into the match with Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, they boasted about Randy Orton, him being the greatest wrestler on the planet, in the greatest wrestling match ever, and then he loses via a fucking roll-up at SummerSlam. A roll-up that we never seen coming. But he lost clean. And then WWE goes into Monday Night Raw, and Drew McIntyre shows up on Raw and willingly gives Randy Orton another WWE Championship match whenever he wants. It should have been over. You beat the final boss. This game should be over. But then you want to go and hit replay again and try and do it better than the first time. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. There'll be a time and a place to go back and replay it. You're not going to go back and replay it and do it as good as you did the first time. Second time always amounts to being a failure. In this case, this is not a fucking video game. This is Randy Orton. You beat Randy Orton, you move on to somebody else. But WWE gave Randy Orton a free title shot, even though he ended up a loser coming out of SummerSlam. They sell the punt kick. Not one, not two, but 3 punt kicks. Apparently, Drew McIntyre has a hairline fracture in his jaw. There's no skull fracture, like they told you on Monday Night Raw. So he will be back before Clash of Champions. And that is exactly what the match is going to be at Clash of Champions. It's going to be Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. But then Drew McIntyre's taken out. Insert Keith Lee. Keith Lee loses his debut match by disqualification, and WWE books Keith Lee versus Randy Orton at Payback. And I'm wondering on Monday Night Raw, did they book themselves into a corner? Did they book Keith Lee to lose his debut match on pay-per-view for Monday Night Raw? I wasn't sure what they were going to do. Now, Drew McIntyre didn't need to be there. He really didn't. Being that you had a Universal Championship match on the card anyway, you don't need to have a WWE Championship match on pay-per-view, being that you got a Universal title match on the same show. Doesn't need to be that way. But Randy Orton should have won the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, if that's what the end goal is going to be anyway. He should have won the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. He should have been cheated. Or he should have cheated. McIntyre should have been cheated out of the championship. That was my prediction going into it. That was probably the end result that would have made the most sense. Because how could you have Randy Orton lose after everything that he's done? I just didn't understand that. They booked him up to be so dominant that having him lose would look stupid. And then coming out on Monday Night Raw and then McIntyre winning and giving him a championship match, I mean, I don't understand that. It's illogical. So like I said, we insert Keith Lee. What was WWE going to do? Yeah, Keith Lee lose his debut match. Was Randy Orton going to lose a second pay-per-view match in a row? Were you going to beat Keith Lee on pay-per-view? I wasn't sure. And then we come to tonight, and Randy Orton loses for a second time in a row. But I'm not even worried about that. Because WWE gave Randy Orton an out. Randy Orton's getting a title match anyway. WWE pulled the rug over our eyes. They gave Randy Orton a free title match, so having him go into this match with Keith Lee, he was sacrificed for Keith Lee. Keith Lee got his big win, but he's getting a championship match anyway. So it just continues to not make sense. And Randy Orton is getting another championship match at Clash of Champions because Drew McIntyre wants his revenge. Drew McIntyre looks like a fucking idiot because he gave Randy Orton another title shot when he should have never even thought about that. It's so stupid, man. It legitimately is all over the place. If it sounds as confusing as it sounds, it's not me. It really isn't me. So we got this Keith Lee Randy Orton match, and Keith Lee comes out. Apparently, he was paying homage to the Black Panther. Fine. Some people were saying he paid homage to the Black Panther. Some people said he paid homage to Dragon Ball Z. Whatever. It looked ridiculous to me. It looked like he was getting ready for a fucking luau off the islands of Maui somewhere. Keith Lee supposedly was getting new theme music tonight. Oh, he got new theme music, all right. And it was worse than Monday's theme music, if you want to believe that. I genuinely don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people, but I mean, I ain't buying it. I'm not buying it. Keith Lee, if Keith Lee was still in NXT, and by this time, CFOs was long gone, they weren't a partner with WWE anymore. Keith Lee came out to his theme song at TakeOver 20 a week ago. But Keith Lee can't come out to that theme music on Monday Night Raw. He legitimately came out to it on TakeOver Saturday. And then Monday he shows up. He has new theme music. He's got a new wrestling attire, new wrestling gear. And then the report comes out, oh, CFOs. It's CFO's fault. WWE doesn't own the right to CFO's music anymore. Some fucking issue with their publisher. Really now. Because correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Keith Lee come out to that old theme song against Karrion Kross on Saturday at TakeOver 30? Honestly, that's the excuse you're going to use? How many other CFO theme songs are on the main roster right now? Bianca Belair is another one. AJ Styles is another one. There's a ton more. Shayna Baszler's another. Shayna Baszler came out to a CFO theme music. Shayna Baszler came out to a CFO theme song tonight. And you mean to tell me that Keith Lee's theme song is not being used because it's a CFO problem? Give me a fucking break. Keith Lee's theme music got changed because Vince McMahon felt like he needed to change it. Vince McMahon wanted to change everything that was right with Keith Lee on the main roster because it wasn't something that he was in control of. He needs to feel like he's in charge. He needs to feel like he's in control. If you take something that is perfect from Triple H, Vince McMahon's going to look at that and feel like, you know what, I'm not in control. I got to change this, I got to change that. Now he's mine. Now he's mine. The old one was Triple H. This is my Keith Lee. His theme song is fucking ridiculous, man. It has got no personality whatsoever. No personality whatsoever. For everybody in the chat asking who the fuck is CFOs, CFOs is the old WWE composer. After Jim Johnston left, it was CFOs. I'm not buying this excuse. Give me a break. Anybody that reports that is a fucking idiot. Anybody that reports that is a gullible fucking idiot, to be honest with you. Give me a break. Now, Orton went right to a side headlock. Start of the match, he went right to a side headlock. Orton told Lee he is the legend killer, and he demanded his respect. He chopped Lee 3 times in the chest, and it sounded like a shotgun going off inside the Thunderdome. Lee whipped Orton into the corner and punched him in the corner. Lee charged at Orton. Orton moved. Lee went shoulder first into the ring post. Orton then back suplexed Lee on the outside through the announcer's desk or onto the announcer's desk. Lee beat the count out, got back in the ring. Orton then doing Orton things, methodically dissecting him. He went for a knee drop. He got a 2 count. Orton applied his mid-match chin lock. So there you go. His formulaic chin lock. Randy Orton applied that in the middle of the ring. Lee came back with a pounce, sent Orton flying to the floor over the top rope. Lee dropped Orton onto the announce table. Payback. There you go. Orton kicked Lee in the face as he re-entered the ring. He then gave him the draping DDT. He went for an RKO, but Lee blocked it. Gave him a spirit bomb. And that was it. So he went for the RKO. Lee blocked it. Lee countered with a spirit bomb and got the clean 1, 2, 3. Samoa Joe on commentary called it an incredible victory for Keith Lee. Phillips said it's the biggest win of his career. Now, I put that quote in the notes. It's the biggest win of his career. Beating Randy Orton at WWE Payback in a match that is not contested for a title. That's the biggest win of his career. Meanwhile, 2 months ago, this guy beat Adam Cole not only for 1 title, but 2 titles. He won the NXT and the North American Championship in the same match. And beating Randy Orton in a non-title championship affair with no championship on the line, with nothing on the line, is the biggest win of his career. Way to make the NXT and North American titles feel irrelevant, Vince. Good on you. Good on you. It's one thing to mention that he held the NXT title and held the North American title, but to say this is the biggest win of his career, give me a fucking break. When he beats Randy Orton for the WWE title at WrestleMania, That's the biggest win of his career. Beating Randy Orton at Payback with nothing on the line is just a victory for Keith Lee. I don't give a fuck if Randy Orton's a 50-year veteran. You're going to put beating somebody in a non-championship title affair over winning 2 championships on NXT. Give me a fucking break. That's the shit I hate. That minimalizes what he did in NXT. Meanwhile, that's where he came up. That's where he succeeded. That's where he's taking everything he's learned to the main roster. But beating Randy Orton in this type of match in 7 minutes is the biggest win of his career. Sure. There you go. I was going to do it in the chat. Anthony Aguirre, go fuck yourself. There you go. I was going to do it, but apparently Hoot Media beat me to the punch. Actually, you know what? I'm going to ban him completely. Now I benched him permanently. There you go. Why am I getting mad? Why the fuck are you here? Go watch somebody that's going to talk in a very docile, monotone, fucking very linear way. And go watch somebody that's going to put you to sleep by the time they get to the fucking second match on the pay-per-view card. That's not what we do here. I'm sorry. Why am I yelling? Why am I yelling? If WWE gave me something that made sense, I wouldn't be yelling. Go watch some fucking geek in the UK shill and fucking jerk off to everything that WWE did tonight. I don't give a shit. So he won the match. Tom Phillips said Keith Lee is here to stay in WWE. Yeah, not with that theme song. Not with that theme song. Camera zoomed in on Lee's eyes after the match. He was very emotional, was Keith Lee. Randy Orton has been shocked, Tom Phillips said in close. Great. We'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. Is Keith Lee turning heel? There are rumors of Keith Lee turning heel. And it could be Keith Lee going after Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Keith Lee wins the Royal Rumble and challenges Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the Universal title. Who knows? Maybe Keith Lee doesn't even end up on Monday Night Raw and he gets drafted to SmackDown. We don't know. But he got a victory over Randy Orton in 7 minutes. I was legitimately shocked. Not that he won. Maybe because he won. Slightly because he won. But I was more shocked that it happened in 7 minutes. So that's that. But Randy Orton's getting another title shot anyway because Drew McIntyre said so. And because Drew McIntyre gave him a championship match out of pity and Randy Orton snapped, now we're getting a championship match at Clash of Champions. And Randy Orton's going to end up winning the championship because there's no way he's losing 3 pay-per-view matches in a row, right? After everything you did to him and for him, making him the biggest heel in the company. Well, now that Roman's back now, Randy Orton's got to be scaled back, right? So we'll see what happens there. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. I will not call him just Murphy. Buddy Murphy. Did you see Buddy Murphy's new fucking merchandise, man? Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man. The lack of initiative and the lack of creativity in WWE, especially in their merchandising department, is fucking scary. Holy shit. Go and Google Buddy Murphy's new t-shirt. It is downright awful. Salrex, you can make a fucking killing. Seriously, you could make a better design in your sleep for Buddy Murphy than these geeks over at WWE's merchandising department. Awful. Absolutely awful. Dominik has better merchandise than Buddy Murphy. And Dominik has 1 match under his belt. This was an excellent tag team match. Rey and Dominik Mysterio against Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Really, really good match here. Good tag team match. Told a great story. Whoever has produced these matches between Rey and Seth as of late deserves a prize, no question. They've done a fantastic job. This one was no different. But the ending, though predictable, does leave it open for Rollins to eventually dump Murphy and exile him from the greater good. So, Ray T starting the match. Dominik ran in. He jumped the heels all by himself. He jumped Rollins and Murphy. Had the early advantage on Dominik. Dominik fought back, hit a springboard arm drag, which looked beautiful on Rollins. Rollins was frustrated, tagged in Murphy. Ray competed with an eye patch. He still has that mask with the eye patch on. You would figure the eye is healed. Let's see the eyeball. WWE still has him wrestling with one fucking eye. Rollins tossed Ray to the floor, over the top, landed on Murphy's knees. Heels took over and isolated Ray in their part of the ring. Good tag team wrestling was the name of the game. Ray fought back, tagged in Dominik. Dominik hit a flying crossbody. Heels caught him. Rollins hit a Falcon Arrow as he came off the top rope. So Dominik was coming off the top rope. Both Murphy and Rollins caught him, double-teamed, and then Murphy handed Dominik off to Rollins, in which Rollins did a Falcon Arrow. Very nice spot there by the Greater Good. So we got the Greater Good now regaining control here. They cut Dominik off from Ray, beating him down. Dominik fought back, sent Murphy into the barricade. Very stiff, by the way. Murphy looked like he hit hard on that barricade. Dominik avoided Rollins. He crashed into the barricade off of a suicide dive, did Rollins. Dominik fought back. He crawled over to Ray. Ray was about to make the tag, but Dominik got caught by Rollins. Dominik kicks Rollins away. He jumps over to Ray. He makes the tag. So Ray gets the hot tag. Ray hit a moonsault for a near fall. Attempted a 619. Rollins avoided that. He tried for a powerbomb, but Ray followed through and scored a near fall. Dominik caught Murphy with a devastating tornado DDT. Rollins took him out with a sling blade. Ray hit a seated senton, but Rollins countered with a backbreaker on Rey Mysterio. Dominik and Murphy brawled around ringside. Ray avoided Rollins and hit a suicide dive on Murphy. Ray attempted a flying crossbody, but Rollins hit double knees to the ribs as Ray came down. Rollins followed with a super kick for a near fall, and they slowed it down in the replay. They showed the slow motion replay. It looked like he got Ray right in the chin on the side of the face. Nicely done there. Rollins attempted the curb stomp, but Mysterio countered. Rollins recovered and tried for a pin, but Dominik made the save. So then we get the Greater Good throwing Dominik and Ray into the barricade. Rollins attempted a running powerbomb into a kick from Murphy, but Ray countered with a Hurricane Rana. And Murphy kicked Rollins accidentally and knocked Rollins out. He was out of commission. Ray hit a 619 on Murphy. Dominik hit the big frog splash. And they win and get the 1-2-3. After the match, Rollins was very upset with Murphy. Murphy was leaning against the barricade on the ramp. Rollins walked by, and instead of assisting Murphy up, Rollins looked at him in disgust and walked away. And that was it. So it looks like Buddy Murphy is no longer going to be a part of the Greater Good, or this may actually play into the fact of Seth Rollins taking some time off. There was a report yesterday I talked about on Off the Script that Rollins may be taking some time off to be with Becky Lynch at home. I don't know. It could be that, or it could be Rollins going one-on-one with Rey Mysterio, being that Dominik got involved here. He had the match with Rollins. Rollins continued to just torment the Mysterio family. Then we get the tag team match. Dominik teamed with Rey. They got their big victory at the pay-per-view. Kind of made the match on Monday Night Raw seem pointless. I don't know why they did it on Raw, only to do it again on Sunday night, but this is WWE at the end of the day. So they get some sort of revenge. Now we just need a one-on-one match against each other between Ray and Seth Rollins, with Ray getting the victory, and then Rollins can move on to somebody else. Who that is, I don't know. I don't know what they do with Rollins after this, but, you know, Rollins has been doing some of the best work of his career. I honestly think at this stage, no matter who it's with, it's probably going to be entertaining, because I'm enjoying what he's doing with this Messiah gimmick, and the matches that he has brought out of Dominik and Rey Mysterio as of late have been really, really good. So I'm very high on Seth Rollins right now, and it is a complete 180 from what I said about Rollins just a year ago. At the same time, a year ago, man, I was completely shitting on Seth Rollins, man. What a difference a year makes. So we'll see what happens. Does he get into a major title program? Does he actually find, you know, something else a little bit more important to do after Rey Mysterio? Does he add a new member to the Greater Good? I mentioned maybe with Murphy now being teased as getting kicked out, maybe we see Aleister Black in the Greater Good. You know, if Black turned on Kevin Owens on Monday Night Raw on the Kevin Owens show, and he's got that eye patch, that eye bandage, maybe Aleister Black is going to join Seth Rollins. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Very interesting stuff there. And hopefully WWE has a good follow-up for Seth Rollins on Monday night after this great tag team match tonight at Payback. Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. I ranted on this in the beginning. I'm not going to be going over it again the way that I did. But the match was not good. I mean, I don't know who wants to see another Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman Universal Championship match with Roman Reigns coming in, sneezing. He was there for a fucking half a cup of coffee, and he sneezed his way to a victory and won the Universal Championship. Now, Bray made his way out first. Universal Champion comes out first. That's the way to do it, right? Champion usually comes out last. So when you see that type of shit happen, you know you're doomed right from the get-go. Got to give WWE credit. His entrance in the Thunderdome looks fantastic. I love it. Braun Strowman was already in the ring. He didn't even make an entrance. He looks like fucking Skinner, does Braun Strowman. He looks like somebody from La Resistance, you know? Or whatever that fucker, the I don't know, one of them fucking old school WWE stables. Who the fuck was it? They're not the Acolytes. Was it the Acolytes? I don't fucking know. Who was it? Big Kurgan, right? He looks like one of those guys. They got very generic ring gear. Fucking terrible. I don't know what they did with Braun Strowman. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. He looks terrible. He looks awful. They gave him such a generic identity. Oh my God, he's tough and he's big and he's fucking big country. Seriously. Jobber entrance for Braun Strowman. Comes in, he's already in the ring. He attacked Wyatt during his entrance. Strowman got a quick near fall on Wyatt. They charged at him in the corner. Bray comes blasting back with a running crossbody. Yeah, he looks like the Godwins. Truth Commission. There you go. Truth. The Lord Doja in the chat. The Truth Commission. That's what he looks like, somebody from the fucking Truth Commission. La Resistance. I don't know why I was thinking of La Resistance. The Truth Commission. The Godwins. One of them. Might as well be the fucking Godwins. He'll fit right in. So, we got Bray Wyatt. He got a near fall on Bray Wyatt. So, he charged at Wyatt in the corner. Bray came blasting back with a running crossbody. He delivered his Sister Abigail. Bray Wyatt delivers his Sister Abigail for a very close near fall on Wyatt. Now, I'm thinking at this point, how stupid would Roman Reigns look that he's not there if Bray Wyatt got Sister Abigail and pinned Braun Strowman in that instance and won the match and retained the Universal Championship? I don't really understand it. The referee started the match without the third competitor in a advertised triple threat, no holds barred match for the biggest prize on SmackDown. Null and void. If you are not in that ring when that bell rings, there's no way you are signing a contract to include yourself in that match. It makes everybody look stupid. Yes, the Bushwhackers. I'm glad you guys are coming up with fucking alternative gimmicks for Braun Strowman. Truth Commission. I mentioned La Resistance. I don't know fucking why. I don't know why I was thinking about them. The Godwins. You guys got fucking the Bushwhackers. Who else? Skinner. The Odyssey. Ridiculous. The Big Show. The Big Show references. Anyway, no host barred triple threat match. The referee started this match without the third competitor in there. Ridiculous. The oddities. The fucking oddities. There you go. Jesse. The fucking oddities. Now he's big man Bull Braun Strowman. Nails. Gene Snitsky. Typhoon. Godwins. You guys keep naming him. I'll keep mentioning him, bro. He looks that ridiculous. He looks that ridiculous. He got the Berserker beard. The Great Khali. Earthquake. Kurgan. The Stalker. Oh, man. I love my chat, man. I love my fucking chat. The Mean Street Posse. How the fuck does Braun Strowman look like the Mean Street Posse? Man, oh, man. Anyway, both men are on the outside. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't even make any fucking sense. But I knew what they were doing here. Roman was going to come out at the end. I'm no idiot. Both men are on the outside. Bray slams Strowman through the announce table. This time it breaks. Wyatt walks around the ring. He goes under the ring. He grabs his big toy hammer. A big toy hammer he brought out from the funhouse. Strowman gets up, throws an announce chair at Wyatt, misses. Roman Reigns has not entered the match at this point yet. Strowman slams Wyatt on the steel steps. Strowman grabs the hammer, but Wyatt stops him. Wyatt picks up the hammer and slams it into Strowman's chest. Wyatt then picks up the steel steps and bashes Strowman with them. Now they're brawling on the entrance ramp. Strowman gets up, launches Wyatt into the LED boards on the stage. They're brawling some more. Wyatt went for Sister Abigail again. Strowman blocked it. Wyatt was then standing at the edge of the stage, and Wyatt was then shoulder tackled off the stage down below through several tables that were stacked on top of each other, covered in a black cloth. And this was off the right side of the stage. Both men are down at this point in the match. Strowman then drags Wyatt back to the ring. He climbs up to the top rope because he thinks he's fucking Ricochet. Climbs up to the top rope. Wyatt meets him up top. He knocks Strowman off, scrambles his eggs a little bit on the top turnbuckle. Wyatt then attempts a superplex. He barely hits it, and they pull off the Big Show spot where the ring implodes and the referee goes flying out of the ring. Gimmick, 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 gimmick. That's all Braun Strowman is. Braun Strowman cannot have a championship match without a fucking gimmick in it. Yet I'm supposed to sit here and say Braun Strowman is a great WWE superstar. He's nothing but a walking fucking gimmick. Strowman, at this point, is down. Wyatt is down. Roman Reigns' music hits. He comes down and legitimately signs the contract on the stage. WWE legitimately had this guy sit in the back, watch a match that has already started, that he was advertised for, and that he again bypassed because the bell rung. The bell rung. There should be no Roman Reigns now included in this match. It is null and void. I don't give a fuck what they said on SmackDown. Oh, he wants things and stipulations added to the match. The stipulation was, yes, the match will conclude with me winning the match. 70, 80, 90, 95% of the match is going to finish, and then I'm going to make my way down the ring and win the match with one spear. That's the stipulation. You want me to believe that Vince McMahon okayed that decision, that management okayed that decision. He signs the contract on the fucking stage. He walks down the aisle with a steel chair. He goes to pin Wyatt immediately. Wyatt kicks out. Pin Strowman. Strowman kicks out. He takes the chair and destroys Strowman in the back with it several times. He goes for the cover. Strowman kicks out. Wyatt is up. He gets the mandible claw on Reigns' new veneers. Reigns then escapes the mandible claw with a low blow on Wyatt. Now we figured out the secret on how to beat the Fiend. The Fiend is not impervious to pain, folks. The Fiend gave off a vibe that nothing that you can do hurts the guy. All you gotta do is go below the belt, ring him in the fucking nuts, and goodbye. Done. So Bray Wyatt's career as the Fiend is dead, and now we figured out what Bray Wyatt's weakness is. We all thought it was the fucking red light. Let's get rid of the red light. Back in the early stages of the Fiend, it wasn't the fucking red light. Maybe it was the gloves. Maybe it was the mask. That's all right. Scramble his eggs a little bit. That's all it takes. Hit him right between the fucking balls, and you are good to go. You are golden. So the Fiend, career dead, and the Fiend, humanized. He's like everybody else. The Fiend is dead. I don't want to hear anything about the Fiend, okay? The Fiend's dead. So Reigns with the low blow. Reigns back in the ring. Spears Strowman. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And he wins the Universal Championship. That was it. He's a heel. Everybody says he's a heel. Yeah, Rambling Rabbit already knew. If Roman Reigns consulted with Rambling Rabbit, I won't be surprised at this fucking point. Everybody's saying he's a heel. Roman Reigns won every match, every single match he's been in by fair and square. Fair and square mentality. The first night they turned this guy into a heel, he makes himself look like a fucking idiot. WWE made him look like a fucking idiot. WWE management looked like an idiot. Idiots. Bray Wyatt looked like a fucking idiot out there. Braun Strowman looked like an idiot. Paul Heyman looked like an idiot. Folks, I ranted on this in the beginning. I'm going to mention it briefly here again. You cannot sign a contract while the bell has rung in a match. 90% of the match is already fucking finished, and you sign a contract then and there while the match is starting, and then win a championship. Insert yourself into that match. This is not the Money in the Bank contract. It looks ridiculous. He doesn't need this type of fucking heel work. He doesn't. WWE gave him Paul Heyman. That's all you need. That's the only thing you need. I don't understand why you got to overbook this shit to make him look dumb. Bray Wyatt looks dumb. Braun Strowman looks dumb. WWE looks dumb. Who approved of this? Why did management let him go out there and sign a contract for their show, for their title match? There. While the match was already in progress. I guess you guys like being treated like a bunch of idiots. I guess you guys like your intelligence insulted. That's the only thing behind it that I could see. Right? This was a good show overall. It wasn't a bad show at all. It was actually a SmackDown and Raw Super Show, but it was much better than what we got on Monday and Friday night. There was no commercials. There were some things that made sense. There were some things that didn't make sense, but that's the way of the world in WWE. I thought it was a decent show. I just don't understand why people got to correct me on something that you should be correcting WWE on. That's why you're here. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't bring you guys the facts of the situation. Now we're going into Clash of Champions. What's going to happen? Is Roman Reigns going to feud with Bray Wyatt again? Is Roman Reigns going to defend the championship against Bray Wyatt? Babyface Bray Wyatt? How are we going to get Bray Wyatt to play a babyface character? During the match, they showed Alexa Bliss looking very much like Harley Quinn. She had the ponytails, and she was twirling her ponytails and watching Bray and Braun go at it, smiling and giggling, like a little schoolgirl. And they showed Alexa Bliss tonight. Is Alexa going to join Bray Wyatt? Is Alexa going to be Bray Wyatt's Harley Quinn to his Joker? As a babyface? Do they want to get sympathy for Bray Wyatt? Is this going to lead to people feeling bad about the Fiend, which makes everybody kind of feel sympathy for him, and then they turn him babyface? I don't get how Roman is a heel. I mean, after tonight, he was a heel coming out of Friday. He was a heel because he was associated with Paul Heyman. That's all you needed to show me and portray to me. Whatever they did tonight actually took some of that appeal away. Alexa Bliss is a babyface still. Because the last time we seen her in the ring, she was being beat up by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was manhandling her. Bray Wyatt came to her defense. So if Alexa Bliss is a babyface, they may use that and take Alexa Bliss and her babyface status and kind of maybe have that rub off on the Fiend. And if Bray Wyatt is the Fiend and is a babyface, he doesn't speak. How is he supposed to relay what we are, trying to understand? How's he going to sell storylines? Bray Wyatt can only do so much in the Funhouse. The Fiend is going to need a baby face look. When I look at the Fiend, he's not a baby face. But if Alexa Bliss is standing there next to him, and everybody loves Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is still a babyface, that might be the way into making Bray Wyatt a babyface. I think that's the pairing. It's not Alexa and Strowman, it's Alexa and Bray. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, Bray Wyatt's dead. Transitional champion is going on his tombstone. At the end of his WWE run, he will be known for one thing and one thing only, being one of the best creative minds that has existed in the modern era on that roster. And he will be known as a transitional champion. And that is it. That is it. Guys, I am going to get into the Super Chats. The Super Chats need to be discussed because we got a lot of them. And I want to thank you guys for joining me on the pay-per-view review, but let's get into the Super Chats. We got some questions to answer. And I thank you guys for joining me here on the podcast on a Sunday night. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. 1,200 plus likes in the chat right now. We're at 1,278. Let's get that up to 1,300 and beyond, man. I want to get over 2,000 before the night is over. Daniel Easter Day. Always number one, man. $2 super chat. Number one in the IWC as always. Better than anyone. And better than any WWE show. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you. Papo Jr., $2 super chat. JD is a fucking beast. OTS community is the best. Thank you, Papo. JP5150, welcome to OTS Live, where logic and the source of truth exists. JD's review and my new favorite beverage on ice. Hashtag cold truth. Awesome. Thank you, JP. Papo Jr. with another $2. 5 years. 5 years! I asked for it. Don't ruin it. Jacob Donnelly. Thank you, bro. $5. Show was overall meh. Nothing spectacular, nothing insulting. Honestly, didn't even need to happen. It didn't. It did. Christian Larson. Canadian, $5. Hey, JD, tonight's Braves game was more exciting than this pay-per-view. By the way, would you part with Drew Waters for 2.5 years for Mike Clevenger from Cleveland? Bro, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not too familiar with those two guys. I'm not too familiar with those guys, and I don't know what happened in the Braves game, but I did know it was like 10-8 in the fourth inning. 12-10 the Braves won. Jesus Christ. What happened there, man? Braves hang on after a 10-run second inning. They gave up 6 runs in the third. 19-14. They're in first place. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate you. Cool Jags, $4.99. What the fuck was that main event? Where was Retribution? No Retribution tonight. But I'm guessing because Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are there. I'm going on record to say I think Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman have something to do with Retribution. I really do. You know, Roman Reigns is now the Universal Champion. Sets up a lot. Possible match with Big E. Possible match with Daniel Bryan. I called for that too several years ago. You know, they could do Keith Lee. Keith Lee can come on over, win the Royal Rumble, challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Maybe he gets drafted to SmackDown. Maybe he's the one who will take the title off Roman Reigns. We don't know. Interesting situation, but no Retribution tonight, you would think. And I mentioned on Twitter that they need to start revealing some of these Retribution members. Honestly. The rinse and repeat attacks, the laziness behind it, people are starting to lose interest. You know? They didn't show up on SmackDown. They didn't show up tonight. They were on Raw, though. And they attacked Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio also had a feud with Brock Lesnar. Are they calculated attacks? Why are they choosing their victims the way that they're choosing them? We don't know. We don't know. If there's anybody that wants Retribution against WWE, Paul Heyman definitely fits the bill. Mr. Cake, Charles Robinson deserves an Oscar for that sell. Charles Robinson has always been great, man. Thank you for the $2, Cake. DJ Thunder became a new member tonight. Thank you so much, man. I like that little off-the-script logo you got next to your name now. Now you're an official member, bruh. Appreciate you. Cool Jags with a $4.99 super chat. He says, another thing Alexa just stood there and watched. She could have come out and helped the Fiend or something. Make it make sense, Vince. Make it make sense. Tired of this BS, says Cool Jags. Bro. If there's anybody that's tired, it's me. Paul Jackson, 1988, $2 super chat. The agenda is back. Yeah, but if it's a heel agenda, I'm for it. If WWE doesn't give me a different Roman Reigns than what we've seen in the last 5 years, then I'm going to shit all over it like I usually do. And tonight wasn't a good start. Payback only existed for two things. One, Roman Reigns and the Universal title. Two, Sasha Banks and Bayley dropping the tag team titles. That was it. AWS Promotions, $4.99. I'm calling it now. Roman will be like Brock, win the title and disappear for a few months and defend the title when he feels like it. No. Reigns is back for good. Reigns is back on SmackDown for good because they need the ratings help. Everybody booking Brock Lesnar in this thing and him turning on Paul, and we get a heel Roman versus a babyface Brock at WrestleMania. You guys need to shut the fuck up, man. That is a god-awful idea, man. Fucking terrible. Mr. Cake, $2. Does Shayna officially have Bayley's number? Possibly. Shayna did excellent tonight, man. I'm proud of Shayna. I'm glad WWE's getting behind Shayna. Micah, $1.99. They need to change Roman's theme and his ring gear. Absolutely. The fuck was that, man? Same theme, same old Roman Reigns cringe. Just got a different t-shirt on now. Team Forward with a $5 super chat. Roman may have lost, but at least Wyatt didn't get pinned. So what? Wyatt won the title, only to drop the title and not get pinned. Loser. WWE booked themselves into a fucking corner. WWE booked themselves into a corner by making that match at SummerSlam into a Falls Count Anywhere match. All they had to do was make it a one-on-one match and have Roman interfere and cause a no contest leading to the triple threat match at Payback. Braun Strowman should have entered this show as the champion, and Roman should have pinned Braun Strowman, instead of giving the Fiend the Universal title and having him be a transitional champion for 7 days. Why do I know what to do and WWE is clueless? I don't know. Jacob Donnelly, $10 super chat. I feel like Retribution needed to be on this show in at least some capacity. Them not appearing on another pay-per-view still screams of no plans. Could have gone for a reveal of one of the members. I don't know what their plan is, bro. Really. But, I mean, it's all very funny to me that Retribution was mentioned on SmackDown. Retribution was mentioned on SmackDown, and no sign of Retribution, but Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns were in the building. Roman Reigns is in the building with Paul Heyman tonight, wins the Universal title, and no Retribution. Somebody's doing something. It's funny how when Reigns and Heyman are not there, then they show up. Could be something, could be nothing. I don't know. Thank you for the $10, brother. Kairos with a $5 super chat. Hola, JD. Decent pay-per-view, but how will they follow it up, though? Probably with disappointment, like always. Are you looking forward to All Out? Most anticipated match. Keep doing you. I'm looking forward to FTR versus Omega and Page and Moxley versus MJF. I will be live next Saturday with the show, with the podcast. Should be a big night. Laura Conway, $2.99. Love Roman, but hated the way the WWE had him win. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. I hope everybody got my message in the beginning of the show. That's how I feel. I don't want to feel like an idiot while watching these shows. Larry Lockett, $5 super chat. Can we talk about how Braun botched his sneak attack like the giant dolt he is? What the fuck? What exactly did he do? I wasn't even paying that much of attention. I didn't even expect him to be there. I thought he was going to come out on the Strowman Express. But he was already in the ring. Like nobody fucking seen him. Bradley Robinette, $2 super chat. What is the point of Alexa watching the match? She's going to be paired with Bray Wyatt. She has a crush on the Fiend. Lucky him. That'll send people like Antonio that want to spend $450 on a fucking cameo date. Spend $450 on a cameo fucking message from Alexa Bliss. while asking her out on a date. How many geeks are going to be salty that Bray is banging Alexa Bliss backstage in the funhouse with Sister Abigail watching, huh? With Ramblin' Rabbit watching. Charles Wright, $2 super chat. JD, it's my birthday. You're awesome. Keep it up. Charles, happy birthday, man. Ricardo with a $10 bomb. The end of the main event just proves that the Money in the Bank briefcase is worth less than shit. Worth less than a shit sandwich, he says. Didn't Roman just cash in a contract without having a Money in the Bank briefcase? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Seriously. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, man. Yeah, I'm the dummy. Yeah, I'm the one who complains, right? Huh? I'm the one that complains? Jaun. Show. What is this? I can't even pronounce your name, bro. I'm not even going to try it. Greetings from Finland. No illogical ending. Heyman made changes to contract. Love your stuff. Reigns' old theme, heelish. No need to change it. Jaun, really? Reigns' old theme is heelish? No, Reigns' old theme music is symbolic of failure. That's not what we need. There's total need to change it. Heyman made changes to the contract. You can't sign a contract after the match has started and 90% of it was completed and get a championship match. You can't sign a contract that isn't a Money in the Bank and get a championship match. Fucking shit, man. Paul Jackson, $5 super chat. If WWE is to go this route with Roman, why not have Roman jump Otis backstage, injure him, steal the Money in the Bank briefcase, and cash in? That makes more sense than what we got. Who the fuck knows, man? Maybe Roman snuck into Otis's briefcase while he wasn't looking, slipped him a couple of fucking Italian brajol, and stole the contract. Is WWE that smart? No, that would take a little bit too much of a thought in the creative process. Lance Lewis, $2 super chat. Wreck everything and leave is Vince McMahon's job. Oh, man. Absolutely. You know, I did not even think of that. Wreck everything and leave is completely Vince McMahon. Wow. Thank you, Lance. I got a new line I could use on the show. David Works with a $2 super chat. The Great One was defending the main event on Twitter. Whatever, man. Great One's a cool dude, but I don't know how anybody could defend the fucking illogical shit, man. Jesus Christ. Jesse in the chat, please tell these people how ridiculous it is, bro. My God. Somebody actually that's here, clip the fucking beginning of this show and send it to me on Twitter. Clip it and make it be, please have it be good quality. Clip the fucking part where I'm going off on this shit. I want to retweet it. Madara Anderson with a $5 super chat. Who do you see facing Roman Reigns for the title? Doesn't matter. Roman ain't losing the title. Anybody that faces Roman's getting buried. Philip Langley with a $50 super chat, man. Thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate you. I don't know what the fuck that emoji is that you sent me, but I appreciate you, man. Hopefully you're having a good night. Gregory Benson, $4.99. JD is still the IWC Messiah. Follow him, fellow disciples. Yes. Please. Philip Langley with another $4.99. He leaves me a message, too. So it was a $55 super chat by Philip Langley, man. I love your podcast and keep up the great work, bro. You are definitely the paragon of the IWC. Damn right, motherfucker. Thank you, Philip. Yes, Jesse, that does make sense. I really do love the idea of Roman beating the shit out of Otis and making him give up his briefcase. That would make sense. So, there were 2 men's Money in the Bank contracts this year. Otis has one, and then Roman just created one out of thin air. Like I said, maybe Roman slipped Otis some prosciutto and then took the contract out when he wasn't looking. I don't know. Braun Strowman looks like Mantar? Bro, at this point, I'd take Mantar over Braun Strowman. Jericho, 8131, $5 super chat. I feel WWE only sees Bray as a cool entrance and spooky character. Is he spooky? Spooky in WWE is not the Fiend. And a spooky character, which is why they always book him as an irrelevant hack when it comes to wrestling. Bray Wyatt is so much better than what we've seen. Seriously. Just go back and watch his 2014 match against Daniel Bryan. Tell me that Bray Wyatt's not a good wrestler. Dr. Glorious with a Canadian $5. Vince McMahon should have thought to move the shows here in Ontario, Canada, since we get less than 100 cases per day. Fans could be in attendance. Bro, I don't believe anything on the news. I don't think anybody's getting any fucking cases any day. Don't get me started. Imagine Renee Young going to AEW and having more creative freedom to do her role. She will end up there, man. Seriously. Riddick with a $2 super chat. Any word on the new OTS hats yet? Take care, brother. No, bro. No, man. I need OTS hats. Soon. Don't worry. They're coming. Just gotta find a really good place for them to be produced. Quintendo became a member. Look at this motherfucker, Quintendo. Now you got that little logo next to your name, man. Now I know you're a beast. Thank you. Raging Texas Redneck 85, $2 super chat. Your opinion on Reigns and Lesnar team. Hashtag JD is the best. No. Roger Salgado. Benched. No, man. No Reigns and Lesnar. Sorry. I never want to see Reigns and Lesnar in the same ring ever again. Justin Strickland with a $9.99 super chat. After Shayna and Nia won the tag team titles, I left my ass off and they gave me Team Hell No vibes after they hugged it out. I have a feeling they're going to be booked like Team Hell No. I won't be surprised because that's WWE's motto. Uncreative. Yes, magnificent snapbacks for sure. I'm a big snapback type of guy. Patrick Williams with a $5 UK. Thank you, man. We got someone in the chat asking, JD, do you think Titus can make candy apples? Bro, Titus makes everything. You name it, it comes from Titus Catering. Mythic Rob, $1.99. Love your videos, man. Keep it up. JD #1. I appreciate you, Mythic. Jericho, 8131 with a $5 super chat. Just for the roast on Apollo and freestyling all those pie flavors. Bro, any podcast tonight going to give you fucking the entire bakery list of pies? You're going to listen to Fightful? You're going to listen to Wrestling Inc., WrestleZone, Wrestle Geeks? So they're going to give you fucking pie flavors from Titus? No. I only have that top secret information. Just me. Justin with a $9.99 super chat. Someone tweeted that Roman's booking today was a callback to what happened at WrestleMania 31. Even though Rollins had a Money in the Bank contract, they also tweeted this was full circle for Reigns and his heel persona. That person sounds like a fucking idiot. Reigns doesn't have a Money in the Bank contract. You can't just sign a contract when the match has started. Otis is the only one that's allowed to do that. Patrick Williams, $2 UK. Showing love from Liverpool. What's up, man? Little Willie with a $2.99 super chat. Can't wait to see where this goes with Reigns. Hopefully WWE doesn't fuck it up, bro. We got Raging Texas Redneck 85 with a $5 super chat. How would you like to see WWE book a dominating team of Lesnar and Reigns led by Paul Heyman and build up the tag team division from there? Hashtag God's work. Bro, no. I love you. Thank you for the $5. I'm always doing God's work. I'm happy to do God's work for you, but please, don't ever sign up to be a WWE creative writer. Global Wars, $5 super chat. JD, I'm sorry I can't give you more, but I just wanted to tell you helped me through all of my problems. I lost my grandfather. Thank you. I'm sorry. Bro, listen. The fact that you were here and you left me a thumbs up and you were part of the chat tonight, making me number one, hopefully, that's all I need, bro. My thoughts and prayers are with you. I'm sorry you lost your grandfather. And thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for being a part of my team. It's the best thing when people come to me and tell me that I helped them through whatever, man. Whether it's a death, depression, a breakup, a divorce. No matter what it is, man. That's the most I could ever ask for. I love that more than anything. Raging Texas Redneck with another $2, man. He says, hashtag JD from NY206, hashtag doing God's work. You're simply the best. Bro, listen. Listen, bro. All right, I get it. I appreciate it. Seriously. It's like you want to ask me out on a second date here, bro. Everybody in the chat leave prayer emojis for Global Wars, bro. Everybody now. There's 200, actually 2,200. What are we, Wrestling Inc? 2,000. 2,000 in the chat. Prayer emojis for Global Wars and his grandpa. COG. KOG. $5 UK. Sup, JD? I predict WWE doing Rock vs. Reigns at Mania next year. What do you think of that? Love the channel. Keep doing God's work. Probably. They want it. If it happens in Los Angeles, I won't be surprised. Frank Stan with a $2 Canadian. Says, message deleted by Jesse. The fuck did he say? Frank Stan, go fuck yourself. If Jesse deleted it, then you know it's shit. Phil, $4.99. I know the IC title wasn't discussed tonight, but it was brought to my attention that it hasn't been defended on pay-per-view since WrestleMania. How pathetic. That's Bruce Pritchard, bro. Bruce Pritchard thinks very lowly of the Intercontinental Championship. Cool Jags with a $1.99. I'm predicting Rollins dumps Murphy for Alistair. I think so too, bro. I think that is the case. I think that is the case for sure. Frank San in the chat says, fuck you, Jesse. What the hell did he say? Jesse, what did he say? I could have swore he was on the last couple of streams. Anyway, while we figure that out. I think Rollins dumps Murphy for Alistair as well. I predicted it. See what happens on Monday. Do you think The Fiend should have been the one to retire The Undertaker WrestleMania? Think he would have been the perfect character to retire him? $4.99 says Kelvin. No. The Fiend is a loser. Indigo, $2 super chat. Hey, GD, much respect. Can't wait for All Out. Me too. Thank you, Indigo. Magician Sapphire, $10. Just dropped in to show my support. Love your work, JD. Thank you so much, man. Dayron, $10 super chat. JD, thanks for all you do. Member since 2016. You're the best in the IWC. No theme song is better than when I hear that beat drop to your theme. Gets me hyped for the show. Hell yeah, man. It's my brother Legionary. Frank from Legionary. JD23, $2 super chat. I was shocked Keith Lee versus Randy Orton ended clean. WWE booked themselves in the corner. They had to do it. What were they going to do? McIntyre couldn't come back. Randy Orton couldn't beat Keith Lee clean. Keith Lee needed to win his debut. They booked themselves into a corner. WWE is known for doing that. Elite Takeover 24. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Elite Takeover PS4. $2 super chat. The number one fucking podcast. Thanks, JD. Your boy Chris, $4.99. Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, faces Reigns at WrestleMania. I think Reigns should go back to his NXT days with the fancy suits. I think so too, man. I think that'd be great. Cesar Enrique, $2.99. JD is the greater good. You better fucking believe it. AWS Promotions with a $2.99 super chat. You're right, JD. Roman Reigns will stick around. Stick around where? As champion? Absolutely. $3 super chat by Bad Bonzo 98. Roman to run to WrestleMania. Listen to Polaris? Yeah, I didn't like them. They were not my thing, Bad Bonzo. Larry Lockett, $5 super chat. Braun got in the ring too early and Bray wasn't even in the ring yet, and the referee had to panic and tell him to get out and wait. What a dumbass. What a fucking dumbass. I gotta go back and watch that. Dayron Sanders, $5 super chat. Also, the walk-off. Walk is cool. Too right before the beat drop to your theme again. Appreciate all you do. Shout out to Jesse, to y'all, the best tag team. Thank you, Dayron. Clubber Lang with a $2.99 Australian. What do you think of Benoit's theme song, Whatever? It's whatever. It's Bullseye, $2 super chat. I'm getting that NEGAN shirt. It's really cool. You better fucking pick it up, man. Fuck you waiting for? Chris Phoenix, $5 super chat. Been watching you since 2014. You're always my number one source of the truth. You goon. Appreciate you, man. Elite Takeover, PS4, $2 super chat. Leave that thumbs up, he says. Leave the thumbs up. Absolutely. My Jin Styles, $5 super chat. I was wearing your Summer Scam shirt at the Thunderdome and got booted. What? You were wearing my Summer Scam shirt at the Thunderdome and you got booted? Fuck them, bro. Maybe Bray and Braun join forces. $5 says Frexnell E. Alexa manages. Alexa is Harley. Bray is Joker. Braun is one of the Abra Malvici twins. Bro, I'm not too keen on the Batman comics, so I don't know what the fuck that is. Tamina has new merch. Tamina has new merch? Yeah, Nia Jax was wearing it. Why? I don't know. We don't need Tamina on television. Edgar Estrada with a $10 super chat. By the way, I heard that there might be a new Wyatt family, maybe. I don't know. Edgar Estrada, $10 super chat. Doing this for the beast in the chat. Good that you're good, beast. OTS is the best. Love you, JD. Can't wait for All Out. Who's going to win the Battle Royal and get a shot at the AEW World title? Much respect. I don't know. I hope it's Lance Archer. Lance Archer needs some sort of direction. Or maybe it's somebody else. I don't know. Dayron with another $5. Lastly, this is the first live I attended. Usually watch the pay-per-view after work, but watched tonight early and was able to watch it live. Appreciate you, man. Jess Go-Cats, $5. More garbage tonight. Now, MJF vs. Mox, Jericho vs. Okas, Sheeta vs. Thunder Rosa, FTR vs. Hangman and Kenny. I can't wait for those properly built matches. Me too, man. Phil, $4.99. Been watching since your WrestleMania 30 review. Big E should win the Rumble, beat Roman at Mania for the Universal title. Think of the reaction. Thoughts? Yeah, built correctly. And David Works, $2 super chat. Would you work for WWE or AEW if both approach you? No, WWE, AEW. Absolutely. Guys, says the asshole wearing the Batman shirt. Bro, I bought this at fucking Target for $9.99 to wear around the house. Okay? Don't let me dump you, okay? I'm gonna buy you 2 Britt Baker meet and greets if you don't shut your fucking mouth. Guys, I'm getting out of here. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. If you're in the live chat now and you enjoyed what the fuck I did here, leave me a thumbs up emoji in the chat. I'll be live tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Go and check off the script from yesterday. It's a great one. Patreon. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Make sure you guys support. Twitter, @JD from NY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Get your masks. Mouthmasker.com/OTS. New black masks in stock. They're fucking comfortable, man. I hate them. But I love wearing my own mask, if I have to. Go and get your t-shirts. Go and get your t-shirts, man. That JD's Negan shirt is so great. Seriously. Bonfire.com is the home of JD's merchandise, man. So make sure you guys go and get that shit. Appreciate you guys to pick that up. Hit that thumbs up as always. We're 1465 right now. Make sure you guys pick up that thumbs up. And let's get it to 2,000. And like I said, I'll be back on Monday with Raw Live here. So make sure you guys set your calendar, set your notifications, hit that subscribe button. And I'll be back as always with the #1 podcast in the IWC, man. Thank you for making this show #1 all night. For your payback, review, and results, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for super chats. Monday Night Raw tomorrow. No NXT on Tuesday. But I will have you guys covered all weekend long, all right? See you guys then.